Hey there, welcome back to video 2 of the 3 things you can do to help you hit the golf ball farther before you make a change to your golf swing. If you haven't watched video 1, make sure you go back and watch that video because I want to make sure you do all 3 of these things, help the longest drives that you can. So the lesson that we're going to cover today has a lot to do with the sequence of our golf swing. And I know that this gets a little in the technical part of it, but there's just something that I see so many golfers, average golfers, do incorrectly compared to what the best golfers in the world do. And that has so much to do with the sequence of our golf swing. Now, I know I'm making an assumption that we make an acceptable backswing, but one of the biggest problems that I see with players that cost us a lot of distance is we start our downswing with our upper body. That club gets way out in front of us, the shaft gets steep, but also from this view, what it looks like is my upper body is getting in front of my lower body. I don't care how big your arms are, how strong your upper body is, your legs and your lower body can help us generate a lot more power and speed than our upper body can, so we have to sequence it properly. And the thing that I see happen very often is I'll see a player, they'll make the downswing and they'll start with their upper body, and then they always end up having a little bit of that hang back, or they'll fall forward or behind them. So the drill that I'm going to give you today is a sequencing drill, which is going to help us train and encourage us to start the golf swing, the downswing, with our lower body. Hey there, Coach Ryan, just hopping in here for a second. I just want to say thanks for watching this video, and I have a few favors to ask. If you don't already, please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. The more support, the more content I create. If you like this video, make sure you give me a little thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. I do my best to respond to every single comment. Now, last thing is make sure you hit that little bell so when I drop more videos just like this one, you're the first one to get notified. You don't miss out on any of my content. Thanks again for watching. Let's get you back to your video. And the drill we're going to use for that is called the step drill. The mistake that we make, as I explained, is a player comes down and they start with their upper body. We're going to give you something so that when we start this golf swing, it's actually our lower body that is starting to move towards the golf ball first, and our lower body is bringing our upper body along for the ride. So the way that we work through this step drill, we'll go through it step by step, and it's something that you can try. We start with our feet together and the club out in front of us. And what happens is as we make a backswing, as soon as this club passes my feet, I make my step, and then I make my downswing. So we think of how this happens sequentially. The golf swing happens very quickly, right? The downswing is like a fraction of a second, and the backswing isn't much longer than that. So as soon as this club passes my foot, I'm actually taking my step where I'm leading with my lower body to get myself initiating that lower body in what happens in the backswing to then lead the way in the downswing. Because if we watch the best players in the world, their lower body is starting to move towards the target as they're still finishing their backswing. So yes, this is an exaggeration, but this is something that we have to do, because if you're a player that thinks that the lower body starts moving now, it's too late. The upper body is going to take over, and we're not going to hit shots the way that we want. So feet together, club in front of us. As soon as this driver head passes my left foot, I make my step, and then I hit this golf shot or make this golf swing. Yes, we'll do it with a golf ball as well. There's 2 things that I want to make sure that we do. There's 2 faults I see. The first one, when a player does this, is they make a step that's way too long. Like they're basically like lunging laterally at this thing, which is not what we want. So what we can do here is right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up, and I have this golf ball here in line with where my foot would normally be. So now when I make my step, I have a reference point on how big of a step I'm trying to make. So I'm not going too far, and I'm also not going too short. So I put my ball down, I take my normal driver stance, I bring my left foot back, and then now I know where I want to stomp with that foot. The second pitfall I see with players is when they make this step, they don't move their body, like they just kind of toe tap, and then they still end up hanging back. If we think of the goal here, we're starting with our lower body, and we're moving it towards a target, right? We're moving that pressure in the right direction. So when we make this swing, it's like when that foot lands fast, I want to hear it stomp on the ground and then we make my downswing. Hey, here's a little secret. On every Thursday, I send an email with 2 things. My favorite golf tip of that week, and either a quote or stat, or sometimes even a game that you can use when you practice. I don't want you to miss it. The next one's coming on Thursday morning. Make sure you check the link in the description. Sign up for my newsletter, because on Thursday, the next one's coming. Now let's get you back to your video. So I've explained it here. I'm going to run you through a few of them at full speed. Then I'm going to hit 1 or 2 here for you. So feet together, club out in front of me. I've got my reference on how far I'm going to step. I always encourage people to start the step early. So as soon as it passes my foot, I make my step. I focus on that left foot landing, and then I let it rip. Okay, 2 rehearsals there. I'm going to introduce a golf ball now. I might make this look easy because I've done it a ton, but it's something that I think if we can start to get the sequence down properly, we can really help our ability to hit these golf balls as far as we can. So here we go with a golf ball. Where I take my stance, I drop my foot back, I've got the club out in front of me. As soon as it moves past my foot, I'm going. Okay? Wasn't my best strike there, but that's okay. I'm gonna hit another one for you, because the goal is right now, this obviously isn't a shot that we're gonna hit on the golf course, but we're training this sequence to get our lower body starting this golf swing. Here we go again. Okay, our better strike there. So what we covered in lesson 2 is the step drill, which is really helping us drill down to understand the sequence of how we hit these golf shots. And the fault for so many golfers is they start with that upper body. And with the switch we're trying to make is, especially off the tee, actually with all of our clubs, we really want that lower body to start leading the way. And we start training that with the step drill in practice, in hopes that we can take that feeling to the golf course as well. This has been lesson 2. There's one more lesson coming. Make sure you stay tuned for the next one. And I hope that as we go here, that these keys are helping you bring some ideas on how we can help you maximize how far you hit your ball on the golf course. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.